Hi everyone, my name is Lydia Martinez and I am the founder and CEO of Elle Marketing and Events. And I wanted to tell you, how this crazy thing got started. We've got an amazing business, we've got an amazing team, we've got amazing clients. And I just wanted to give you the history of how the business started and how we got here. Every business has a story. That's the tagline of Elle Marketing and Events. Every business has a story. We help tell yours. So I wanted to start out by telling you my story and how I got here. We always joke that we really love origin stories here, and this is mine. I fell into marketing. I didn't intend to go down this crazy road. I studied theater. I studied broadcast journalism. I studied archaeology. My dad even mentioned to me in passing at one point, you should consider getting a business degree and going into marketing. And I was like, whatever, Dad, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to follow my dreams and go into the theater. Well, long story short, I realized that great marketing is great storytelling, and it actually is my love. It's that thing that I really, truly love. So I started out my career at Barnes & Noble. I was in the coffee shop there, and then from there I oversaw the children's department, and then I was overseeing half the store, and that happened in less than a year. And then I was one of their, store managers, and I'd work in various stores, and I'd periodically quit to go travel, and they'd hire me back when I came back. Well, one time I was in Europe for a few months, and when I came back expecting to get a manager job, even though I didn't really love that, they said, that job isn't available anymore. But there's this community relations manager, marketing event planner position that's open. You'd probably be good at that. And so I was like, sure, I can do that. And I got to plan the big Harry Potter release parties and the book signings for major authors. I met my husband at a book signing for Jimmy Carter. And that was what I was doing, and I loved it. I did that for, 4.5, 5 years, and then I was let go. It was the recession, and my position was eliminated. A few weeks later, though, I was hired at Barnes & Noble as their marketing strategist and event planner. And again, I went from marketing books, amazing, to marketing food, also amazing. But that's when I really doubled down and said, I am going to be a marketer. Marketing and events, with events as a marketing tactic, really became my game. Well, I was at Whole Foods, my very first day. They were like, here's your laptop. Start a Facebook page and a Twitter account for the store. Now, my husband had been trying to get me onto Facebook for years, and I was like, no way, no how, I'm not going to do it. And then I was like, oh shoot, I never say never. So basically, I had to learn how to do social media on the fly that day. And that was back in 2005-ish? No, 2009. That was in 2009. And so Facebook was just in its infancy, but very soon I saw it as an amazing tool to drive people to my events, to get people engaged, to get people excited. Pretty soon I had an Instagram account and a Pinterest account, and I had this career at Whole Foods. And I loved it. I was working with graphic designers. I was doing big strategy. I was working as part of a broader marketing team with all these amazing ideas that were coming together to fulfill that brief. I was producing big events. I fell in love with the idea of working with small local businesses to get their products into Whole Foods Market while I was there. So I took on this extra job on top of my main job description, where I was working with small local brands to help them get their products into Whole Foods Market. And I was going out and scouring farmers markets and really connecting with these small business owners and getting them retail ready. And I loved that too. It was just feeding my passion and seeing these amazing small business owners. I was so impressed with what they were doing. And I wanted to move up. at Whole Foods. Like, my goal was to move on to a regional marketing team or move on to a global team. That's what I wanted to do. I had a career. I was following through with it. At the same time, I was getting really burnt out on working retail. Because let me tell you right now, retail marketing is challenging. You know, I would be there the day after Thanksgiving at 10 p.m. and working all night to transition the store over to the holidays with just one person to help me. You know, and I was doing all the decor and overseeing all the graphic design. And there were these big monthly switchovers that took, 10 days to execute every month, where I basically couldn't work on anything else. So it was really hard. But I thought, well, I'm going to move up and I'm going to solve that problem. And it just wasn't happening. And I was interviewing and it wasn't working out. And the next step would have been a relocation, and it would have been 80% travel. So massive amounts of travel. So I wanted it, but simultaneously, it wouldn't have been that fun of a job, to be honest. So eventually I got to the point where I just was talking through with my husband, and I was like, I'm done with like retail marketing. If I don't want to do another holiday season in retail as a marketer, if I haven't found something else, or I haven't moved up by October of this year, I'm out. I'm not going to do it anymore. I put that out there into the universe, right? And then I chickened out. I'm going to confess, I got scared. And we had some great trips planned, and I got the opportunity to go open a new store. And I was like, well, maybe it'll be okay. I mean, it'll probably work out. And so I chickened out. I'm not proud of it, but I didn't start looking. I kind of stopped interviewing at the regional level, and I was just resting on my laurels. I had wanted to move on, but I was afraid. So then one day in September of that year, they pulled me into the office at Whole Foods, and they were like, hey, guess what? That promotion and raise that you've always wanted, here it is, silver platter, it's yours. You just have to apply for it. But your current position is being eliminated. And so suddenly, I left the room and I was like, yes. And I felt like I should be really excited. I was finally getting this dream job. But it wasn't really the dream job, because instead of supervising a bunch of people, I was doing the work of a bunch of people with just one assistant. But still, I thought it was a step up. I thought it was finally the way I was going to be going. And I drove home that day, and I felt sick to my stomach. And, they gave me the day to think about it. But I just felt sick, and I got home and I walked in, and just what felt like out of the blue, I told my husband, hey, I'm going to quit my job tomorrow. And he said, do it. Do it now. You haven't been happy there in a couple of years. You said you wanted to leave right before the holiday season. It's September. The holiday season starts in October. What more of a sign do you want? And the minute I made that decision, it was like a weight was lifted off me. I felt magical. I felt so much better. And so I decided that I was going to basically quit my job overnight. I went in, I told them the next day. I had a little kid's birthday party that I did that night, and then I basically left. The very next day was October 1st. So I still think that I put that out in the universe. The universe was like, hey, here you go. And then at that point, I was given the opportunity. If I hadn't taken it, I don't know when I would have gotten another chance. Or if I would have even, I feel like when you put something out there and you say this is what you want, and then you're given it, you have to reach out and actually take it. And I'm not going to lie, it was scary. So I spent the next day freaking out. What did I just do? I just quit my career of almost 7 years. And then the next day I let myself be sad because I knew some amazing people. I really wanted to make it work. And then that Monday, I got up, I got dressed like I had somewhere to be, and I sat down and I was like, okay, I could do a couple of things here. I'm tired of being let go from a marketing position and not controlling my own destiny. I think I'm going to try and start a business. I've done consulting on the side for years. I can probably do it. I think I'm going to do this. I'm going to start a business. And I'm going to send out a few emails. And if I can get a client by the end of the day, that is my sign. Start a business. If I can't, I guess I'll brush up my resume and see what happens. Because there was no plan. There was no big plan. It was just, let me get out of here. I sent 3 emails that day, and I had 3 clients by the end of the day. And it was just, it was nothing. My one client paid me $125 to do a social media review. One client paid me $400 to rewrite a bunch of material, like marketing materials for her and design a brochure. And then one person paid me like $25 for a 1-hour consulting session. It was nothing. Like it was so sporadic, so all over the place, totally not what I was worth, but it gave me confidence. And so, one day I had a career, the next day I had 2 days later, I had a business. It was like jumping off a cliff, but I was so inspired by those other business owners that I was hanging out with and talking to and networking with, that it gave me that level of confidence of maybe I can do that too. And then those people turned into my supporters and cheerleaders and somebody to cry on their shoulders. And then I was just kind of on my own for about the first 10 months. And then I hired somebody, just a part-time consultant or subcontractor to help me with managing social media accounts. But the business grew, the contractors grew. Right now we have a really big team between 20 and 30 people. And that's a mix of employees of Elle Marketing, are amazing contractors that come in and help us with really specific and specialized things, and then our strategic partners who are business owners in their own right, but support us as white label partners to really give our clients what it is that they need. And so we've also had, since Elle Marketing and Events launched in 2015, we have had literally hundreds of clients that we've helped support and grow. I am really proud that our team is, over 90% women, and that our clientele is also over 90% women business owners, with amazing stories, doing amazing things where we're all able to grow together. And so that's the story of how this amazing journey started. I'm so very, very grateful for the team, the partners, the clients, the support system, the cheerleaders that I've had rooting us on, so that we can continue to grow together. And I'm delighted to welcome you and your story to our team.